Okay, so I am going to go ahead and run through number 3 in case anybody is still watching and still needs a little bit more help on how to do these. So let's go ahead and get started. Baking a tray of chocolate chip cookies takes 3 cups of milk and 2 cups of flour. Baking a tray of oatmeal raisin cookies takes 1 cup of milk and 4 cups of flour. The baker has 9 cups of milk, 16 cups of flour available. It makes $2.50 profit on chocolate chip cookies per tray and $2 profit per tray on the oatmeal raisin. How many trays of each type of cookie should be made to maximize profit on there? So when we go to write it, so I need to know, basically they tell me right here in the question how many trays of each type of cookie. And so my X is going to be number of trays of chocolate chip, and Y is the number of trays of oatmeal raisin. Okay, and so it says chocolate chips take 3 cups of milk and 2 cups of flour. So let's look at what we've got. So chocolate chips, now this is the number of trays of chocolate chips, so we're going to have to be a little careful here. So chocolate chip cookies for milk, let's see what we have here. Yeah, so when I look at this, guys, right here it says I have 9 cups of milk, 16 cups of flour. So what that is telling me is I'm looking at milk and I'm looking at flour, because I know I have to use less than or equal to 9 cups for milk and less than or equal to 16 cups for flour. And then I know that chocolate chips take 3 cups of milk, so 3 cups of milk for each chocolate chip, and 2 cups of flour for each chocolate chip. And oatmeal raisin takes 1 cup of milk, and oatmeal raisin takes 4 cups of flour. So you do have to be a little bit careful, because first instincts would be to jump in and say 3X and 2Y for the 3 cups of milk and the 2 chocolate. But again, you've got to go look at what they gave you. You have a total of 9 cups of milk and 16 cups of flour. So every bit of this is talking milk, and the second one is talking flour. Okay, and then again, to make their profit on there, we are going to do the profit equation is going to be $2.50 for your chocolate chips they're going to make, and they're going to make a profit of $2 for each tray of raisins. Okay, so again, we're only dealing in first quadrant, so we got to have our X and our Y. Okay, and those are my 4 equations I'm going to be working with. So I'm going to go ahead and get my zeros, see if I can do a little bit better this time than I did last time on my graph. So if X is 0, that would mean 9. If Y is 0, my X would be 3, so I'm not going to have too big of numbers here. Same thing here. So if X is 0, that would make Y be 4. If Y is 0, X would be 8. Okay, so I think I'm going to go make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Spread it out a little bit more than what I did last time. So we'll go up to 9 here. And so 1, 2, there we go. Okay, make it a little bit bigger so that it's not as shrunk as it was last time. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the first equation. So I have 0, 9. I have 3, 0. Okay, and again, draw your straight line. And it again is less than, so we are talking within here. Okay, and then we are going to do 0, 4. Now you don't actually have to worry about these two, because I'm just doing first quadrant, so they're understood, if you might say. And I've got 8, 0 way over here. Okay, So again, make these very straight. If you need to, you can definitely always go back in and go to slope intercept and figure out what your slope is. Sometimes that's a little bit difficult according to what scale you're using. Again, this is a less than, so we're going down. And again, I don't need to go. I could go all the way over here, but I don't need to because I know it's only going to be in that area. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and color in my final answer. So you do need to color that in just like what you would on a regular inequality. And we're going to go in and get our vertices. So it looks like this is going to be one of them, which was 0, 4. This one here is another one that I can get really easy, which is 3, 0. And then this one here looks to be right there. Again, mine is not, so you might have to correct me, but it does look to be, mine is not looking very good. Let's see, what is that? It almost looks like 2.5 on mine. 3, what does yours look like? Okay, and let me see. So again, I'm not making mine look very good. I'll just go here to the it looks like it should be 2, 3. Okay, because again, mine's definitely not, with me not being able to draw a straight line with a ruler. Okay, that point that they have in common. And I could figure that out again by going over here. So you say, well, how do you know that? So I'm going to come back over here, 2 and 3, okay? Because it is on that line. It is on that purple line that I drew, and the blue line. So it's got to fit into my equation because that equation is the equal one. And that would be 2, 3. Again, 2, 3 works there. So I know it's got to be 2, 3. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get our maximizing done. So I'm going to start with, let's just go 0, 4 to start with. And that would mean you're not going to make any chocolate chip cookies, and you're only going to make 4 batches of the oatmeal raisin at $2 a piece. So you're going to make $8. And then if I do the 3, 0, which would mean that I am going to make 3 batches of chocolate chip, and I'm not going to make any of the oatmeal raisin, that means I'm going to make a profit of $7.50. And then the last one is your 2, 3. And so I'm going to make 2 batches of chocolate chips and 3 batches of oatmeal raisin. I don't know where Oreo came from. And let's see, that's 5 and 6. That means $11 per tray. Okay? And so, again, you need to answer your question. Do we have a name? Doesn't say. The baker. Okay? Okay. The baker would need to make 2 trays of chocolate chip and 3 trays of oatmeal raisin to make a profit of $11. Okay, so if they're going to get rich, they're going to have to make a lot of trays. Okay, so there is your final one. A little bit different again with the way the flour and the milk was given to you, but hopefully you understand these and are ready to go.